Brownsville Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information about M&R Transit, call them 724-439-3164. 724-439-3164, or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown.
It's time for The Lighter Side with Ron Barry, being brought to you today by the Brownsville Historical Society and Nemacolin Castle, the Sandwich Shop and Deli, Tate's Auto Repair, Jeffrey W. Hughes Photography, Tracy Counseling Center, and John and Son Catering.
Don't know much about history, don't know much biology, don't know much about a science book, don't know much about the French I took, but I do know that I love you, and I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be.
Hello, and welcome to The Lighter Side. I'm your host, Ron Barry. This is show number 83 on this gloomy, rainy, however much needed day here in beautiful downtown Uniontown at the spacious studios of WMBS Radio. So, hello, TJ. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you doing, Ron?
Good. We have a special guest with us. I'll introduce this gentleman to my right in a minute. But first, Notre Dame put it to the Broncos of Boise State. On Saturday, I was in attendance doing my usher thing and got to see Joe Theismann and, of course, Jerome Bettis for about the 100th time. His son plays. He's always there. So it was a really good day. We beat them 28-7, and, that was their first ever visit to South Bend. And met a lot of nice people that were Boise State fans. And showed them around the university and things like that. So we'll be back this week as we take on the Wolfpack of NC State in South Bend. So 3-week homestand, and the following week I'll be back for the USC game, and then we get a little break, and then back in November. So anyway, the bad dad joke of the day. Now I mistakenly forgot my show notes, so I'm just gonna go by fly by the seat of my pants, which is something I do more often than I'd like to admit. So, hey, Thomas Jefferson.
Hey, Ronald.
Did I ever tell you about the time I worked as a paleontologist assistant?
No.
We were on an archaeological dig one time, and we found the remnants of a T-Rex. And there's one thing I found out, and I discovered, not the paleontologist, about T-Rexes. All right, did you know that they knew how to cut wood?
No.
Yeah, they used the dino saw.
I wish you would have forgot your notes.
Well, I did. That one,
well, you did.
That one, I
wish you would have just scrapped the whole joke thing today.
Well, you're lucky because, bad dad news is preempted by our special guest here today. So
you could see the tears coming down my eyes right now.
I know. You're not going to sleep tonight.
I'm not going to sleep.
Not until next week when no. You're going to text me in the middle of the night, hey, I need a bad dad joke.
That's right.
All right, I'm in withdrawal.
That's right.
So, sitting to my right is a friend of mine, Mr. Ed Zadilak, who is a past president and current chaplain of the Fayette County Firefighters Association, and he also chairs the Fire Prevention Essay Committee, and he has done that for a number of years. And this being October, Ed, let's remind the folks exactly what happens every October.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you for having me. We have to go back to 1925 when Fire Prevention Week was proclaimed in our capital. It was done so to remember the great conflagration of epic proportions called the Chicago Fire. Not too long after that, Ron, 1929, the essay contest was started nationally. The Fayette County Firemen's Association itself was founded in 1939, and as far back as I can go, Ron, we've been hosting this essay program for our students in Fayette County schools for over 70 years. I started in 2008, and I took the chairmanship in 2009. The theme for this year's contest, Charge into Fire Safety, lithium-ion batteries. At first, you look at that particular theme and say, why? Well, back in the 1970s, it was decided that items that would be sold to us would have lithium-ion batteries, a new technology that one would take probably a whole afternoon just to understand. But the National Fire Prevention Association would pick the theme, Ron, picked it because of the number of incidents that are being called into fire departments because of lithium-ion batteries. You may read a story or two that they are rare at this time or not many. If you use the example of 100 items and only one lithium-ion call by a fire department, you would say that's low. But over time, Ron, lithium-ion batteries are just about everything we have in the house that's powered, that's rechargeable. So if you go to 1 in 100 and you raise that up to 1,000 and you get 10, the National Fire Prevention Association is not looking at the 1,000. They're looking at the 10. It went from 1 to 10. There's more incidents, so they want the children this year and the students to write an essay, do their research on lithium-ion batteries. We won't go into the scientifics of this in the contest. Basically, identifying what product or item you have in the house that has a lithium-ion battery. Read the instructions carefully with the product when you buy it, how to charge it initially, how to recharge it, how to store it, and how to dispose of the batteries. Our contest is open to all students who attend schools located in Fayette County, grades 5, 6, 7, and 8. We have already distributed the packets to the principals of the schools, and usually, Ron, we have around 17 to 19 schools that participate, and last year we had 745 essays that were written, read, and judged. Over a period of time since 2012, we've had a little over 9,000 essays written, which, if you look at a student's agenda as far as sneaking a little time into it, the teachers are very, very, very hard working that they promote this essay contest for students to research this topic and sit down and write out their essay. There's one thing about our essay contest, Ron, that hasn't changed. We do not accept computer-generated essays. They must be written longhand or printed. I'm a firm believer when a student researches, they learn. When they write, they understand. After they're all read and judged, we have 1, 2, 3 places per grade level and 7 honorable mentions for a total of 40 winners. And each winner, irregardless, Ron, of their placement, receives a $100 bill from the association. All of our winners' families and principals will be invited to our December meeting, which will be hosted by the Point Marion Volunteer Fire Department this year. And they will have a dinner for all of us down there at that time. We have a photographer come in and take pictures, and we have Santa Claus there to present some gifts. It's a really good time, Ron.
Well, I've been to several, and I've been to Point Marion, and they always do a good job hosting. And I have to compliment you, Ed, because you do a phenomenal job, you and your team, of putting that together. It's a nice evening. It's a nice presentation, and it's good to honor some young people for promoting fire safety. And you talk about lithium-ion batteries. There's one fire in particular I remember responding to a few years back. It wasn't long ago. It was in Luzerne Township, and it was I believe it was a hoverboard. And it overcharged and caught fire, and unfortunately the house was destroyed. So, yeah, I mean, they are rare, but they do happen.
Yes. When you read into the lithium-ion battery itself, you're going to see that most fire calls are come, Ron, because of a part that failed. There also is a tremendous amount of heat generated by a lithium-ion battery, and also there's overcharging, and also at times there's a fire when there are stored with other items that are combustible that may also catch on fire. We buy something, we use it, we enjoy it, an e-bike. Also, whoever thought a lawnmower would be battery powered, but when you look at your Ego lawnmower, there's a lithium-ion battery in there. And over a period of time, they have added cooling technology, which has helped. And Ron, when it comes to electric vehicles, we all in the fire service know what happens there.
Yes.
It's a fire we can't put out. A typical vehicle fire like myself, Ron, I have a gas engine in my vehicle. If it catches fire, 2,000 gallons of water and it's extinguished. An electric vehicle, 22,000 gallons, and you still don't have it out. You got to put a special, expensive cover over the top of it and come back later because it can reignite. So it does present a problem to the fire service, and our students are not going to get into that end of it. But I would like to remind everyone out there, if you have an item in your home, please don't overcharge it. Don't put it in for the night. Watch it. Take it out. It will do what it's supposed to do if you read the instructions that came with it.
Absolutely. So this year's contest, are we underway now, Ed?
We are underway. All the stuff's been out to all the students. We've had press in the local newspaper in Connellsville. She came and helped us out there, and everything is underway. And we'll be picking up the essays at the end of the month. They are due the first Friday of next month when we go to Everson, and then we will sit down and pick out a date for when we will read them. And we'll have officers and members of the association. And if we have enough wrong, which we usually do, we have enough readers for every grade.
That's awesome. I've always enjoyed being a part of that. And, we've had, from Brownsville, we've had quite a few winners over the years, and something we're very proud of. But it's a very important topic, fire safety, and one which a lot of people take for granted until tragedy strikes, and that it seems like a lot of times that's what makes people wake up and take notice. But through this essay program, we're trying to be proactive, and the kids, the students write these essays, and we're hoping that they're putting their thoughts in there and their research in there, and they're coming up with a unique, original composition that they wrote themselves, and hopefully that sticks with them too for the rest of their life, and they'll practice fire safety as well. Now, Ed, you had a story that you shared with us at a memorial service one time, and I believe you'd like to share that with us again. This is listen close, folks, and this story will touch your heart because Ed will read that, and that actually happened. So go right ahead.
All righty, Ron. Thank you. This is a story that happened a number of years ago, probably around 45 years ago, that I'd like to read to you at this time. It's a story of a fireman who joined his department and the Fayette County Firefighters Association in 1978. Joining his department did not come easy. Being a newlywed, working out of town, and meeting fire department required percentages of activities and fire calls did indeed cause him to say there are not enough hours in the day. His wife was understanding and stood beside him as he wanted nothing more than to be a fireman. Of all the activities he participated in, the one that gave him a great deal of satisfaction was parade detail. When he joined his department, fireman parades were a common occurrence. Carnivals would be scheduled to come to town, and one evening that week was parade night, and parading he did. It was not uncommon in a week's time to see him and two of his fellow firemen participating in 4 to 5 parades throughout the area. From Pitcairn to Midway, to Brewston Mills, to Clareton, to Waterford Township, to Bentleyville, they would be there. The month was June, and it was a Tuesday, which meant it was parade night in Mount Pleasant. Back then, as it is now, the parade that was one of the largest of the great many fire departments from far and near attending, plus band and marching units. He worked a long day, and he was anxiously awaiting leaving the station to traveling to Mount Pleasant. The parade lineup was on a side street, and as he had done in other parades, he would walk up and down the street saying hello to other firemen who also attended the parade. The time was 7 o'clock, and the fire whistle went up, signaling the start of the parade. His department's unit consisted of a band, followed by members marching in uniform and their apparatus. As they moved onto Main Street, the band started to play, and as always, he did his best to stay in step. Over the first grade on Main Street, there was a great many onlookers on both sides of the street. As he marched, he noticed a couple standing to his right, and in front of them, a small child waving an American flag. As he marched closer, the young girl reached up and waved to the fireman. He waved back, and she immediately ran over to him, reached up, and handed him the flag, saying, "For you." He took the flag into his hand and said thanks. The little girl ran back to the couple and waved again. He marched down Main Street holding that flag as tightly as can be, with a smile on his face from ear to ear. In the center of town was the public address trailer, where the band stopped playing and his department was introduced. Once the band started to play, there was a thunderous applause from the crowd. As he marched forward, he noticed his eyes were glassy, and then a tear streamed down his cheek. Must be something in the air, he thought. As he continued to march, he noticed he had a knot in his stomach, which was unlike any before. Must be something he ate, he thought. As the parade was coming to an end, he held that flag in his hand and was the happiest man alive. The parade concluded at the bottom of the hill, and he took that flag, rolled it up, and put it in his uniform jacket, and boarded his truck for the trip back to the station. When he arrived home, he took out the flag and placed it into a figurine he received as a gift from a family member when he just joined his department. The figurine was that of a fireman holding an axe and a lantern. He positioned the flag as to appear the fireman was carrying the flag against his shoulder. When he looks at that figurine, holding the flag in it, serves not only as a remembrance of a parade he once attended, but an act of kindness by a small child that he will always remember. Let us, in our daily lives, be like that small child, for an act of kindness is indeed a gift from God.
Thank you, Ed. You shared that story with us at a memorial service, I believe, when we hosted the convention. And it's always stuck with me. So we're going to take our first break now. So you're listening to 590 AM, 101.1 FM, W266DB, WMBS Uniontown.
No Magical Mystery Tour is complete without a stop at the Sandwich Shop and Deli, just off of Abbey Road at 121 Brownsville Avenue in the Square, Brownsville. Enjoy a made-to-order sandwich with a bowl of Sabina's homemade soup. Try an authentic New York bagel slathered with one of their delectable toppings, or perhaps just a visit to the coffee bar for a delicious gourmet brew. Don't forget a cookie, brownie, or tempting dessert. Fresh baked daily. Call 724-785-4089. The Sandwich Shop and Deli, Brownsville.
When you need to service your vehicle, there is one local shop ready to meet all your needs. Nate Tate and the boys at Tate's Auto Repair in Uniontown do it all, from engine work and routine maintenance to tires, brakes, oil changes, and state inspections. Call Tate's today at 724-550-4756 or stop at the shop at 250 Connellsville Street to ensure your vehicle is ready to go for any trip in any weather. Tate's, proud sponsor of the lighter side on WMBS.
Are you looking for professional photography for your wedding or engagement, senior photos, or any other special event? Well, then look no further than award-winning Jeffrey W. Hughes Photography. Also offering photography classes, workshops, and tours of the Laurel Highlands. Get in contact at 724-322-0034 or visit jwhphotography.shop.
All right, we're back, and that was a little snippet was Huey Lewis and the Power of Love from the movie Back to the Future. Before Ed continues about the fire essay contest, I want to get to today's trivia question. Okay, and if you answer this correctly, you will win yourself two $5 for a total of $10 Monopoly Secret Vault scratch-off tickets from the PA Lottery benefiting older Pennsylvanians. So today's trivia question: what soft drink company used the ad slogan, "I'm a blank, you're a blank, he's a blank, she's a blank, wouldn't you like to be a blank too?" Fill in the blank and tell me what soft drink company that was. You can give us a call on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. And lines are already lighting up, so we might have a winner already. So anyway, but until that call goes through, Ed, if indeed it's for us. It is. Okay, well, let's take that call. Hi, you're on the later side. Who are you speaking with?
Hi, this is Marty.
Hey, Marty, good to hear from you. Do you have an answer for us?
Dr. Pepper.
It was. So, I'm a what?
I'm a pepper, too.
Yeah, there you go. I'm a pepper, you're a pepper. You're a pepper, I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper, too? Yes, that is correct. And you've won yourself two Monopoly Secret Vault scratch-off tickets from the PA Lottery. And you've been here before, so you know when and how to pick them up.
Yes, I do, and thank you so much.
Well, thank you, and thank you for being a loyal listener, Marty. We appreciate it.
I am. God bless.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, we lose the other calls?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Ed, it's all yours.
All righty, Ron. As far as our essay contest goes, not only do we have 10 winners per grade level, but over the years, we had winners who have won in multiple contests. In 2015, we added 5th grade. Before that, it was 6th, 7th, and 8th. It was decided back then that starting the students a little earlier would give them exposure, number one, Ron, and hopefully over a period of time that they would be in the essay contest every year, which we have found out by our judges who read every year. Yes, the names are starting to ring a bell. We have the President's Award, which we will give to a student who wins in 2 out of 4 of our contests. If a student wins 3 out of 4, they receive the Chairman's Award. And the Officer's Award is presented to a student who has won in 4 consecutive contests, which is a large trophy that we present. Now, the Officer's Award since 2015, when the extra grade was added, Ron, has been won twice. A student from the Brownsville Middle School did win it, and last year we had a student from Laurel Highlands Middle School win 4 consecutive contests in a row. The Western Pennsylvania Association conducts a similar program to ours. Theirs is a little later. Up until the middle of January, they accept essays. We send all of our winners from 5th, 6th, and 7th grade to them. They do not have 8th grade. And over the years, we've had a great number of winners from Fayette County schools in the Western. Last year, we had 6. They have 24 winners. They have 8 per grade level, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 5 honorable mentions. But our students have done, like I said, a great deal of winning over the period of time, and we are happy with that. And we also present them with $100 when they win at the Western. So we're very proud of our program. The Western takes in students from all the way northern Pittsburgh, from Butler down into Greene County. It's made up of counties like Fayette and Westmoreland, plus individual fire departments send their essays in, Ron. And there's one thing that we did add about 4 years ago, and that's the Fire Chief Award. The Fire Chief Award is presented to a student who includes in their essay a factual or fictional account of an event that, when putting into practice this year's theme, a life or property will be saved. We usually get around 3 dozen of those, and we turn them over to our judges panel, which will read them, and then the chief of the fire department hosting the event will present it. Last year we were in Perry Township, and Chief Bonnie presented it to a student who won. It was a 5th grade student. But we do recognize extra effort in our contest, Ron.
Yeah, and that's I've always been impressed by that, and just the sheer number of entries that you get. Now, have you noticed since you've been chairman, Ed, has there been any major fluctuations one way or the other in the number of entries that you got? I mean, are we on a steady incline? I mean, or decline?
Okay, in 2015, it was decided would add 5th grade.
Right.
The way that the schools are structured in Fayette County, we had to go to basically the elementary schools, some of them, and we had 6th grade. Some 6th grades have been removed, but it started off as a real low number the first 3 years. After that, it has taken off. 7th grade is usually our greatest number of essays received, Ron, and 5th grade comes in right behind it. And like I said, over a period of time, the students have participated year after year after year. Now, this is open to all public and private schools located in Fayette County. The student doesn't have to live in Fayette County, but the school has to be located in Fayette County. We have Con Area, which takes in students from Westmoreland County. We have the Belmar School down in Belvern, which takes in students from Fayette County and Westmoreland County, so they are eligible to participate.
How about online students, homeschooled?
Homeschool can send it in if they wish to our address, which I will give over here. It's Post Office Box 144 in Fayette City, 15438. You can send your essay in. We've had a few of those over the years. And also there's one other thing that I forgot to bring up. The Community Foundation of Fayette County, located right down the street, has a Fayette Gives program every year. This year, I think it's November 6th. The Fayette County Firefighters Association is one of the listed charities. We are a 501c3, and we will be on that program. If somebody would like to make a donation to that, they process it and deposit it in our account, and we'd like to thank them for the great work that they do.
Well, I know that it's a large undertaking. There's a lot of work that goes into it. But I have to say it's very enjoyable. Will Sparky be making an appearance this year?
Yes, Sparky is the official fire prevention mascot of the New Haven Hose Company, and Sparky has been at our last 5 programs where Sparky will go around with the crowd, and always when there's a photographer there, Sparky always seems to get a picture taken. And what Sparky and myself do every year, Ron, we take the theme and we present the theme to our audience that night. And also, don't forget, we have invited, quite a number of months ago, Ron, Santa Claus. Santa Claus has been making a special appearance in our programs to present a gift. We present a gift to our winners that Charlie and Patty Matthews in Connellsville has made sure over the years that each student receives a Christmas gift, and Santa Claus will be there. And also, we do take pictures. We have a photographer, Mr. Wayne Ray, a long-time fireman from Fallowfield Township, who will be in attendance. Wayne will take the picture, and each of our winners will receive a group picture courtesy of the Firemen's Association that will be delivered to the residents. And any extra award prize given, we will take their picture also. It's a fun evening, and we usually have a guest speaker. And for our last couple years, we've had a local singer in Connellsville show up and talk about her education and her lot in life, and she passed all that on to the students. Well,
again, you're right. It is a very enjoyable time. We always have a good meal, and it's good to see the families there, to see their sons, daughters, grandsons, granddaughters, nieces, nephews honored for the work that they did on the essay, and it's I enjoy it because hopefully we have some winners from Brownsville this year. We usually do, but hopefully we do, because this is my last year as chief. So I'd love to be able to present in the fire departments. Individual fire departments, they give gifts as well.
Right.
And that's usually when we have a winner. My fire department always gives a gift to all the winners from our area, and I get the pleasure of presenting that.
Right.
So I hope I get to do that one last time before I hang up the white helmet.
Well, I want to thank you personally for your service. Wearing a white helmet sometimes carries the weight of the world.
That it does.
There's a lot of people in your organization, members, who are looking towards you, and also you are looking after their best interest to make sure that they are all trained. They all have the personal equipment that they need. And as we all know, fire equipment to board motor apparatus is not what it used to be in the fire service. So thank you, Ron. The chief before you, Woody Nicholson, I think had 65 years in South Brownsville. And
45 as chief.
45 as chief, okay.
Yes.
And both of you have served your time, and in the fire service, it's always next man up, but you're never going to be forgotten by any of us. That's something that we firmly believe in, Ron.
Well, I'm not going away. I'm going to serve as a driver, operator, to the best of my knowledge, to the best of my ability, and I'm going to get more involved in the administrative side of things. So, my blood, I bleed blue and white, and not necessarily Connellsville blue and white. That's the South Brownsville blue and white. So, and Notre Dame blue and gold, but that's another story. But yeah, it's been 10 years for me as chief, and I said when I took the job, that's all the longer I wanted to do it. Even if I wanted to stay on, my health just isn't what it used to be. But I still as active as I possibly can be. And the next man up, yeah, you're right. We have some good officers waiting in the wings, so the company will be in good hands. But getting back to Woody, Woody. I wouldn't be where I am today without Woody. As a mentor, as somebody who kicked me in my butt frequently when I needed it, and gave me advice when I needed it. And I like to say, in my lifetime, I'm 55 years old. The Pittsburgh Steelers have had 3 head coaches. Okay, Chuck Knoll, Bill Cowher, and Mike Tomlin. And the South Brownsville Fire Company has had 3 chiefs: Tuck Rohr, Woody Nicholson, and me. So that says something about longevity. But it's been a good run, and I'm still going to be around. And I am planning on getting more involved with the county association. I make meetings when I can, and even around my dialysis schedule. But you've seen me there quite a bit, and I enjoy those meetings. I like the people that. I like the officers. I like the people who are there and people in charge. The association is thriving, and that's a good thing, because not everything in the fire service is, as you well know, Ed.
Yes, things in Western Pennsylvania that I can attest to. When fire departments were formed, Ron, 75 years ago, 100 years ago, especially when you look at the patches, what did they do for fire service? They had to rely on the neighboring fire department to come. So they laid the footer, poured their pad, put their blocks up, built a 2-bay garage, bought a couple pieces of equipment, trained their personnel, gave them equipment, and they answered alarms. Fayette County has been blessed over the years to have these individuals who decided to do that. And it's not only one generation, it's the next generation and the next generation, Ron. The only thing we're facing up right now, just like anything else, is daytime calls.
Sure.
And you know as well as I do that time, way back then when the factories were working 3 shifts, people were able to do that downtime call. But right now, if you want to seriously think about joining your fire department, there's always truck drivers needed. If you want to get into that, or if you want to get into the basics, there's someone who will go out and train you. Or if you just want to buy a hoagie, if you see the fire department on a corner, buy a hoagie or a ticket, or go to their fundraisers or bingos. It's an organization that you cannot replace within your community. And we don't want to see anyone lose, their protection, Ron. But it takes a combined effort of everyone living in that area to make sure that the fire department is up and running.
Yeah, and sadly, we have seen some departments that have had to fold over the years. Thankfully, there hasn't been many, but still, it's a loss to the community. Well, we're going to take our second break, okay? So you're listening to 590 AM, 101.1 FM, W266DB, WMBS Uniontown.
No Magical Mystery Tour is complete without a stop at the Sandwich Shop and Deli, just off of Abbey Road at 121 Brownsville Avenue in the Square, Brownsville. Enjoy a made-to-order sandwich with a bowl of Sabina's homemade soup, try an authentic New York bagel slathered with one of their delectable toppings, or perhaps just a visit to the coffee bar for a delicious gourmet brew. Don't forget a cookie, brownie, or tempting dessert, fresh baked daily. Call 724-785-4089. The Sandwich Shop and Deli, Brownsville.
When you need to service your vehicle, there is one local shop ready to meet all your needs. Nate Tate and the boys at Tate's Auto Repair in Uniontown do it all, from engine work and routine maintenance to tires, brakes, oil changes, and state inspections. Call Tate's today at 724-550-4756 or stop at the shop at 250 Connellsville Street to ensure your vehicle is ready to go for any trip in any weather. Tate's, proud sponsor of the Lighter Side on WMBS.
Are you looking for professional photography for your wedding or engagement, senior photos, or any other special event? Well, then look no further than award-winning Jeffrey W. Hughes Photography. Also offering photography classes, workshops, and tours of the Laurel Highlands. Get in contact at 724-322-0034 or visit jwhphotography.shop.
WMBS.
All right, welcome back to the Lighter Side. And I want to thank our guest today, Mr. Zadalak, who had to be on his way. He's very passionate about the association and the fire essay contest. He gives everything he has for that, and it's really, really, really a good thing. So, anyway, for the last 9 minutes or so of the show, I mistakenly forgot my show notes. So, so thankfully our dear listeners got a little bit of break from the bad dad news. But fear not, it'll be back next week. Okay. And, TJ and I talk about a lot of different things. Mostly it's how bad the jokes are. But one of his favorite topics of discussion is the movie Home Alone, because he knows it very, very, very well. Right?
Right.
All right. So,
until you start asking me stuff about it.
Well, you know it. So, Joe Pesci at the beginning, where he's dressed as a police officer and he's casing all the houses.
Yeah.
And he smiles and that gold tooth goes ding. All right. Well, he's funny. I mean, he
is.
And him and Harry and Marv.
Howard, or not? I said almost Howard Stern. Daniel Stern was Marv.
You don't remember? Do you remember the Wonder Years, the TV show The Wonder Years?
Yeah, we watched that all the time.
Well, Daniel Stern narrated that. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He'd start off with, I remember in 1974, whatever, and. Paul and I would do this, and what was the girl? I forget what the girl's name was. Winnie
Cooper.
That's right, Winnie Cooper. See that? You know something I don't. So
mark that down. That's a first.
He always wore that. Fred Savage always wore that Jets jacket, and he wasn't even a fan of the Jets. But
good choice.
Did you ever see the last episode?
Probably.
Where they
kind
of tied everything together. They said. His mother became a successful businesswoman when his dad died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
A couple years later, and Paul got into Princeton, like he always wanted to. And did he get together with Winnie? Is that what happened? I don't remember. But and he had that jerk older brother that would.
What was his name? I can't remember Kevin's Oh, well, I don't remember the brother's name though. I remember.
I know the actor's
was
name.
Was it Wayne?
Yeah, it was Wayne because
Was
the
that the
actor's
name?
name was Jason Hervey. But yeah, it was Wayne.
It was
That's right.
Wayne.
That's right. It was Wayne. Very
Boy,
good.
I don't know how I knew that.
Well, anyway, back to Home Alone. It's a trauma surgeon, analyzed all the injuries that Harry and Marv suffered because of Kevin's shenanigans. How he set the house up.
Yeah.
The paint cans, flying down, hitting them in the head, and the iron dropping off through the laundry
They would have been
chute.
dead.
Yeah. And,
I mean, the guy who got burned in the head and the
Yeah.
hand. I mean, well, maybe not burned from your hand, but your
You know,
head. I mean, come on.
the nail up through his foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but it was hilarious. It was.
It was.
And he cut the rope as they were climbing across, and they swung and hit the side of the house and fell.
My favorite was was it the first? No, it was the second one.
When he was in New York.
Yeah, and Marv got electrocuted at the sink.
You could see his skeleton, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on, right there, you'd be dead instantly
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah. The Wet Bandits, remember?
The wet, yeah, and then they were the sticky bandits in the
Yeah.
second one.
Yeah, we're the Wet Bandits. All the good ones leave their
Yep.
mark. And at the end, the cops are like, now we know each and every
Yep.
house you've hit.
I love that.
But, yeah, it was, that movie was classic. But, Macaulay Culkin, he never really grew up. I mean, he grew up, as in maturity, but he still looked like a little kid when he was in his 20s. He
He got into some trouble too,
He
didn't
did,
he?
yeah. He
yeah.
had, like a lot of child stars do.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he got involved in some drugs and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. But I don't know if you knew this, but at the height of his popularity, when Home Alone came out, I think it was 1990.
I think so, yeah.
He guest hosted Saturday Night Live,
Okay.
and it was funny because do you remember? I don't know if you watched Saturday Night Live, but do you remember super fans with Bill Swirsky?
No.
You know who George Wendt was? He was Norm from Cheers. Remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I
Okay,
know who
so
that is, yeah.
he would do the Chicago Superfans,
Okay.
and he talked with that Chicago accent. Always had that Bears jacket on, and he'd say a certain team that's going to win Super Bowls, 44 through 60, the Bears. All right, and Ditka, always talk about Mike Ditka.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Ditka, the best coach ever. Well, they had Macaulay Culkin on there. He said at Chicago Elementary School they did a Thanksgiving pageant. Instead of turkey, you'd say Polish sausage, kielbasa, baby back ribs, and all this Chicago stuff. And it was funny. But yeah, it's probably on YouTube if you ever want to watch that. But yeah, I used to love that. Bill Swirsky super fans, and they all had thick mustaches. They wore like sunglasses, and they wear the Chicago Bears hat and the satiny Chicago Bears jackets, and they had beer, and they'd always throw their beers up and say "Da Bears."
funny.
Michael Jordan was on there one time, and they did doubles.
Doubles.
Yeah, so yeah, but he was a guest host on there one time, and it was funny. But how about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay,
I
so
like the Wally World one better.
Oh, the original
The
Vacation.
original one, but
Yeah.
I've seen the Christmas one's good too. They're
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah, Vegas Vacation.
Yeah, I
Euro-
like that one's the one. I like that one too.
European Vacation. You ever see that one?
I
They
don't
wanted
think I saw that one. Maybe
they were on a game show called Pig and a Poke, and they won a trip to Europe.
okay.
Okay, and so they Clark Griswold, he said he had relatives over in Germany,
Uh huh.
so they're looking for house number 6, and he said, "Well, 6 in German is sex." So this German guy opened the door and he said, "Hello, my family and I are looking for sex," and he slammed the door in his face. But just stuff like that. I mean, and they were he was German dancing, with the lederhosen on and everything, and at an Oktoberfest type thing, and all of a sudden these church bells started to ring, and somebody said, they only ring those bells when they're gonna kill somebody. And Rusty said, "Dad." He knew right away. So, but yeah, it's a good series, the whole entire thing. And I didn't see the new one with Rusty and his family, but I guess Clark and Ellen made a cameo in it.
Okay.
So yeah, if you ever get, I'm gonna have to watch that one. But
Yeah, I didn't see that one either.
well, anyway, one other movie I want to recommend to our listeners is a movie called Greater. It's the story of Brandon Burleson, who played for the Arkansas Razorbacks. And it's a very inspirational story. He always wanted to play. He worked really, really hard. And he was a walk-on, but he was awarded a scholarship. And then he was an NFL prospect, and then tragically he was killed in a car accident. But it's called Greater, and it's a very, very good story about faith and determination. And he was a devout Christian. And, it's a really good movie. So if you're looking for a good movie to watch, it's called Greater. So look that up. So I think that's going to put the topper on today's program. Thanks again to Ed Zadalak for joining us today. And to you always, TJ. So
Welcome. See you next week, Ron.
God willing, we'll see you next week on the lighter side.
You've been listening to The Lighter Side with Ron Barry, which has been brought to you by the Brownsville Historical Society, the Sandwich Shop and Deli, Tate's Auto Repair, Jeffrey W. Hughes Photography, Tracy Counseling Center, and John and Son Catering.
And this is WMBS Uniontown at 4 o'clock.
News on the hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Texas National Guard